Some stories aren't just forgotten, they're buried. Hidden behind government silence, classified documents, and broken minds. This is one of them. In the 1950s, during the height of the Cold War, a quiet town in rural Montana became the site of something horrifying. People vanished. Others returned. Changed. There were whispers of an experiment, not just on bodies but on minds. On the soul. Officially, nothing happened. But the survivors tell a different story. This is the mystery of Project Dusk, and what happens when science forgets to ask. Should we? Welcome to Ashford, Montana. A place that barely existed on maps even in the 1950s. Population? Under 300. One diner. One school. One main road. Nothing ever happened here. Until, suddenly, everything did. In late 1952, residents began reporting strange sightings. Flickering lights in the woods. Low-frequency hums that made animals go berserk. People complained of memory lapses. Time gaps. Then came the disappearances. First, a young woman named Clara Hale. She vanished on her walk home from church. Then 2 teenage brothers. Then a schoolteacher. All within weeks. Local police tried to investigate. They were told to stop. Men in military uniforms arrived. They took over the station, seized documents, shut down radio. And just like that, silence. One man lived to talk about it. His name was Walter Griggs. A farmer. Nothing special. He claimed he was taken. Not kidnapped, taken. He described waking up in a room with no windows. Bright lights. A constant sound, like radio static. He wasn't alone. He saw others, children, elderly, neighbors he knew. They were strapped to chairs. Shown images. Played sounds. Asked questions that made no sense. Do you believe your thoughts are your own? Do you hear the message yet? Walter escaped. He didn't remember how. He just woke up in his barn 3 days later. Clothes soaked. Nose bleeding. Mind fractured. Doctors said it was a breakdown. But Walter never stopped talking. They called him crazy. Until others started telling the same story. A declassified document from 1987 finally gave it a name, Project Dusk. An experimental psychological operations program aimed at weaponizing the mind. Forget drugs? This was deeper. It used sound, sleep deprivation, subliminal images, suggestion loops. They called it neural induction conditioning. The goal? To break the concept of self. To reprogram thought. They chose Ashford because it was isolated. Disposable. The tests ran from 1952 to 1954, officially. Unofficially? There are signs it went on much longer. When the experiments ended, survivors were treated, relocated, and told to forget. Some were institutionalized. Others simply faded out of history. In 2009, a box was found in an abandoned VA hospital in Wyoming. Inside, 6 tapes. Unmarked. Audio only. What's on them is chilling. Voices repeating phrases like, "You are safe in silence." Children crying. A metronome ticking. Endlessly. One tape ends with a man whispering, "Dusk is when the mind is most open. That's when we go in." Experts verified the recordings were real, dated to the 50s. Some voice prints matched names of missing Ashford residents. No agency has claimed the tapes. Here's the most disturbing part. Ashford wasn't the only place. Researchers and whistleblowers have traced similar events to other rural towns. Wilton, Maine, 1964. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, 1971. Winston, Alabama, 1983. Each time, missing people, military presence, mental illness spikes. Then silence. Same pattern. Same questions asked? And always at dusk. In 2017, a woman named Iris Mendez uploaded a video to a private forum. She claimed to be the granddaughter of Clara Hale, the first to disappear. She said her grandmother never really came back, but would sometimes whisper things in her sleep. Phrases she didn't understand. One stuck with her. If you ever hear the hum, don't answer. They're still listening. The video was deleted within 24 hours. Her account gone. But copies of the clip survived. In the last frame, Iris looks directly into the camera and says, "It's not over. Dusk comes again." So, was Project Dusk real? The documents exist. The tapes exist. The witnesses? Most are dead or missing. If it was real, who else did they test? And what if it never stopped? What if it's happening again, just somewhere no one's watching? Would you notice if your own thoughts stopped being yours? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to TrendMind for stories they don't want you to hear.